Hello Bravepipers, welcome back. We are going to do our EF video today. If you have already done your transitions and you've got them smooth so that there's no bubble, no low G bubble or any kind of shrieking when you go from your low to your upper hand, then you are ready to move on from D to E now to E, F, and G. You get a little bonus note in there. These are very simple. It's just like learning G, A, B. In fact, you move about as many fingers. We're almost done learning the scale. This is the second to last video that I'm going to do on just the scale alone, and then I'll do a couple more on flourishes as well. But I want to recommend that if you're not ready, if you can't transition from D to E smoothly 100% of the time, you stop and you go back. Remember that it is very important as you learn an instrument to master each skill before you move on. You're building a foundation here, not collecting a bunch of little skills. If your foundation is not solid, you're going to struggle to learn some of the more complex parts of playing the bagpipe. I can't put enough emphasis on the fact that you need to slow down, and when you've got 100% mastery on each note, on your low G, on your tune, on your capacity to play for 3 or 4 second long notes before you got to move your mouth or take a breath, when you can do all that, you're ready to move on, and we can master the upper hand. We're going to start on E, which means our right pinky is up, or our lower pinky is up anyway, and our upper ring finger is up. So this is an E, just like that. Now to get to an F, prepare yourself. We are going to lift the middle finger. That's it. Lift the middle finger. Lift the middle finger. Okay. E, F, E, F. Okay, it's a simple kind of practice, but the F note is very common. You want to get used to holding this. Now here's a tip that you might not think about until after you've practiced this a whole lot, but let me just bring it to your attention now. When you get to your F, you start to kind of lose your grip on the chanter a little bit. It's going to start to feel really loose. The natural response to the F is to pinch. Don't you lose your grip on your chanter. But we've discussed that when you're playing a musical instrument before, the key is to only use as much force as is required to get the sound or tone that you desire. Just like you don't punch a piano to make notes, you don't need to throttle your bagpipe chanter in order to get it to play a good F. Just grip it loosely. Just like all the other notes, you don't need a whole lot of force. Lightly but firmly. Now we're going to get to the point where your grip really becomes tenuous on the chanter and there's no way to death grip it anymore. We are going to lift your index finger. And that takes us to G, the second to last note. E, pinky's up for all of these. It's hard to see because of the dimension here, but E, F, G. Now on the back of the chanter, my thumb is covering that upper A hole. All right, and we're going to cover the high A note in another video because it is a complex mechanical motion, and so I want to be able to break that down. But E, F, G, we moved a whopping 2 fingers. E, F, G, right? Let's play one more time. And just to make it a little more challenging, let's add in your transition from D. So I want you to start on your D. Remember, your pinky's down, your right index, your right middle, and your right ring finger are all up. We're going to transition to an E so that you can follow along with that tone and continue to practice your transition so that we have no transition noise. And we're going to climb all the way up to G. I'm going to hold it for just a second, and then we're going to climb back down to D. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that you're taking all the time that you need to practice these notes thoroughly and to master the mechanical movements with your fingers. That is the importance of rote practice with an instrument. If you can't do this 100% of the time, as we pick up the pace, you won't be able to keep up and you won't be able to practice effectively. So if you are still in the transition phase, if you're still learning D to E, or if you're still learning E, F, G, slow down and take the time for a week to really master those movements. They seem simple, but when your fingers are flying on the chanter, you need to be completely automated. You don't want your brain to have to be trying to interpret these signals as you go. You want it to be reflex, man.